every plant is a producer, as well as other things like algae. So all plants and algae are producers, and we find them always at the very start of a food chain because they make their own food. They produce their own food. Or in other words, they get their energy from the sun instead of eating something else. Whereas a consumer, which includes all of the other animals here, the bull ant, the blue tongue, and the wedge-tailed eagle, all of these are consumers because they eat other living things. Eat other organisms. So this includes all of our other kingdoms that we've learnt about, animals and fungi, protists and bacteria. These are all consumers, although some bacteria are producers as well, and some protists. Finally, there are different ways that we can name each step in our food chain. So we had our producer, which is our plant. The next organism along in the food chain is our first consumer, and we can call that the first order consumer. Sometimes you might hear it being called the primary consumer as well. The primary consumer eats plants, so it eats the producers, which means that all the first order consumers must be herbivores. So we have things like kangaroos, wombats, our example here, bull ants, and lots of other insects. They're all first order consumers. If we look at the next animal along, this is the consumer that eats the first order consumer. So our blue-tongued lizard, we will call our second order consumer. And these eat the first consumers. And seeing as these ones eat other animals, second order consumers are always carnivores, meaning they eat meat only. Lastly, looking at our food chain, the wedge-tailed eagle, as you can probably guess, we call the third order consumer. Third order consumer. And they eat the second order consumers. And again, they're carnivores because they eat other animals.